got everybody here?
That button.
Well, he'll come in. Steve won't. That's what I hear. I don't know. He didn't tell me.
It is not there.
I was going to turn it on. It's on.
All rise. Hear ye, hear ye, hear ye. The Blount County Legislative Body is now in session with the Honorable Jarrett Anderson, Chairman, presiding. All persons having business with this honorable commission, draw near, give attention, and you shall be heard. God save the United States of America, the great state of Tennessee, and this honorable commission. At this time, BCSO Chaplain Chandler Warren will lead us in prayer.
Let us pray. Father, thank you for the opportunity and privilege to gather tonight. We're grateful to live where we are represented by our fellow citizens and that we get a voice and a vote in choosing our representatives. We ask for your sovereign hand to govern over tonight's proceedings. Even as our commissioners voice their own opinions and pursue their objectives, you are truly accomplishing your will for our community. Lord, we ask for also tonight for your healing hand over Maryville Police Officer Justin Brown. He has spent nearly a week in the hospital now, and we are praying for your mercies for the recovery that he has in his future, including any other surgeries and treatment that he will need. Thank you for using the surgeons, doctors, nurses, and the Good Samaritans at the scene to get him to where he is now. We pray for your continued healing and support for him and his family. Father, we pray tonight for all of our community's officers and deputies. Keep them safe as they work to keep us safe. Protect them as they promote peace. Shield them from all evil in Christ's name. Amen.
Amen. At this time, BCSO deputies, Blount County Sheriffs will lead us in a pledge of allegiance to the American flag. Attention. Salute. Pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you all. Y'all may be seated.
Welcome everyone to the Blount County Board of Commissioners meeting for Thursday, November 20th, 2025. Thank you, Chaplain, for leading us in prayer and deputies for leading us in the Pledge of Allegiance. At this time, we'll have the announcement for the emergency evacuation procedures. Madam Clerk, please take the roll call.
Mr. Chairman, you have 20 members present. 1 member is absent.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. I will declare that a quorum is in attendance. We'll move on to item A, setting of the agenda. Chair will stand for a motion to set the agenda as published. Got a motion from Commissioner Bright, second from Commissioner Martin. Any discussion? Commissioner Akers, you're recognized on the setting of the agenda.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I would like to move D1, 2, and 3 to be discussed separately because of the amounts.
All right, thank you, Commissioner Akers. We'll move items D1, 2, and 3 from the budget consent calendar and vote on those separately.
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you, Commissioner. Any further discussion on the setting of the agenda? All right, seeing none, if you're in favor of setting the agenda, vote yes. If you're not in favor, vote no.
Mr. Chairman, you have 20 yes votes.
20 yes votes, the motion carries. The agenda is set as published. Moving on to item B, general consent calendar. Got a motion to adopt the general consent calendar from Commissioner Giles, second from Commissioner Bright. Any discussion? Seeing none, if you're in favor of adopting the general consent calendar, vote yes. If you're not in favor, vote no.
Mr. Chairman, there are 20 yes votes.
20 yes votes, the motion carries. The general consent calendar is adopted. Item C, public input on items on the agenda. At this time, I'll recognize members of the public to come speak to items on the agenda. Items off the agenda is going to be at the end of the meeting, so if you want to speak to that, please hold those until the end of the meeting. I'm going to call the cards that I have first and then call for hands. Speakers, when you come up, please tell us your name, the commission district that you live in, if you know it, and tell us which item you're speaking about. You'll have 3 minutes to speak. Please address the chair or the commission as a whole and not individual commissioners, and your time will be displayed up here on this monitor as you speak. So first of all, I have James Gaddis. Mr. Gaddis, if you're present, please come forward.
My name is James Gaddis. I'm not sure what district I live in, but it's down in Friendsville. I'm here on behalf of the Blount County Fire Commission. I've been there since 2005. And it's definitely not the same place it was today when I started. This resolution 2511-019, I would urge for y'all to look in and see if there's anything that y'all can do to help us. We're kind of in a bind, but by no means is that going to hinder us responding to do our job 100% fully. We've had some leadership issues, training issues, equipment issues that's been put off for no really acceptable reason to us. A lot of things we've been told, we'll look into it, we'll see what we can do, and that's why we're here, because we're still looking into it, still seeing what they can do. This is my first time doing anything like this, so please forgive me on this. We're supposed to have a certain level by 3 years. And like I said, I've started in 05. I just had my second level this past Saturday. That's almost 18 years. That's unacceptable. That doesn't mean I can't do my job, and I haven't done my job, because I've done my job to the highest level that was allowed and above. But I'm just asking, I know you're limited on what y'all can do, but you know, all you heads together, maybe y'all can come up with something for us. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Next, we have David Campbell.
David Campbell, District 8, Resolution Number 251109. Mayor, Commissioners, and citizens of Blount County, thank you for allowing me to speak this evening. My name is Assistant Chief Butch Campbell, and I'm here on behalf of the men and women of the Blount County Fire Protection District. Tonight, you will be considering a resolution regarding the future leadership structure of our district, and I want to begin by sincerely thanking you for taking the time to review the situation and for recognizing the importance of the stability within our fire district. Your attention to this matter means a great deal to our employees and the community that we serve. I'd like to briefly share an update where things stand. Within the last 2 days, Interim Commissioner Tom Daffrin has once again resigned, and shortly after, Commissioner Gerald Kirby has resigned as well. This left our district with only one remaining board member. That individual is Jerry Phillips, and he has been appointed to serve both as the interim commissioner and the interim fire chief. This has naturally created some uncertainty within our department. We do not know what authority governs this dual role, whether compensation is being applied to one position or both, or whether a single board member can legally serve simultaneously in both a governance role and an operational leadership role. These are honest questions, not accusations. We simply want to ensure that everything is being handled properly and in accordance with the Tennessee law. We also want to express an important sentiment from our employees. We would like a voice in the selection of our new commissioners. We believe this district would benefit from leadership that is forward-thinking, transparent, and committed to what is best for our citizens of Blount County. Our firefighters care deeply about this community, and we hope that individuals chosen to guide this district will share the same commitment. Despite these changes and the uncertainty they bring, one thing remains absolutely constant. The citizens will not see a decline in any level of service that they receive. Our firefighters and dedicated professionals, we will continue to respond to every call with the same pride and professionalism that is defined by this department. Mayor, Commissioner, thank you again for your time, your attention, and your work towards helping stabilize this district. We look forward to moving forward together, growing a stronger and more secure future with our employees and our community. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Anyone else wish to address the commission at this time on items on the agenda? If so, please raise your hand. Okay, seeing none, we'll move on to item D, budget consent calendar. Chair will stand for a motion to adopt the budget consent calendar. Got a motion from Commissioner Hanna, second from Commissioner Giles. Any discussion on the budget consent calendar? Commissioner Reagan, you're recognized.
I would like to pull number 5, please, and vote on it separately.
Commissioner Reagan requests to pull item 5. It will be so moved. Any other discussion on the budget consent calendar? All right. Seeing none, we are voting to adopt the budget consent calendar. This is without items D1, 2, 3, and 5, which will be separate votes. Commissioners, please vote yes if you're in favor of adopting the budget consent calendar, and please vote no if you're not in favor. Just stand by, please.
Who made the motion, Hannah and who?
It was Commissioner Hanna. Who was the second? Stacy, who was the second? Who was the second? Hanna and Giles.
Okay.
All right, commissioners, please cast your votes.
Mr. Chairman, there are 20 yes votes.
20 yes votes, the motion carries, and the budget consent calendar is adopted.
Resolution number 2511-005, budget increase schools, $71,500, appropriate education capital funds for a full-depth parking lot replacement at William Blount High School. Referred to full commission with a favorable recommendation by the Budget Committee 5-0.
I have a motion to adopt resolution number 2511-005 from Commissioner Bright, second by Commissioner Reagan. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, if you're in favor of adopting resolution number 2511-005, vote yes. If you're not in favor, vote no.
Mr. Chairman, there are 20 yes votes.
20 yes votes, the motion carries, and resolution number 2511-005 is adopted.
Resolution number 2511-006, budget increase schools, $71,472, appropriate education capital funds to conduct a feasibility study on the property located directly across from Walland Elementary School. Referred to full commission with a favorable recommendation by the Budget Committee 5-0.
Have a motion to adopt resolution number 2511-006 from Commissioner Davis, second from Commissioner Giles. Any discussion? Seeing none, if you're in favor of adopting resolution number 2511-006, vote yes. If you're not in favor, vote no.
Mr. Chairman, there are 20 yes votes.
20 yes votes, the motion carries, and resolution number 2511-006 is adopted.
Resolution number 2511-007, budget adjustment, emergency management, $31,000. adjust EMA grant funding for the State Homeland Security Program grant to match increased amount expected to be received. Referred to full commission with a favorable recommendation by the Budget Committee 5-0.
Have a motion to adopt resolution number 2511-007 from Commissioner Davis, second from Commissioner Caldwell. Any discussion? Seeing none, if you're in favor of adopting resolution number 2511-007, vote yes. If you're not in favor, vote no.
Mr. Chairman, there are 20 yes votes.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. The motion carries. Resolution number 2511-007 is adopted.
Resolution number 2511-009, budget increase schools, $21,000, appropriate general purpose school funds to transfer to Blount County government for interim CFO services. Referred to full commission with a favorable recommendation by the Budget Committee 5-0.
Have a motion to adopt resolution number 2511-009 from Commissioner McMahon, second by Commissioner French. Any discussion? Commissioner Reagan, you're recognized for the first time on the motion to adopt.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I appreciate it. Mr. Baldwin, I appreciate everything you did. But of all the topics that we have covered all these years that I've been a commissioner, I've gotten a lot of feedback on this one. And it's not a lot of positive feedback that I have gotten from this one. So I will have to vote no, because that is what the people in my district have asked me to do, that have called me, that have texted me, that have emailed me, that have talked with me face to face. So I will have to vote no for this.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Bright, you're recognized for the first time.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Keep it short and sweet. If a man does a job, you should pay him. If he does a good job, you should be proud to do it. And that's I'm voting yes. I'm proud to vote for it.
Thank you, Commissioner. Mr. Mayor, you're recognized.
I appreciate that. I've got feedback also, and it has not been negative. Let's look at what happened. And I know that the superintendent brought that and spoke in front of you all. We had a school system that had no CFO. There was quite a bit of, we were going into a budget year, and at the end of this, after everything Brian did and his staff did, we took a budget that they're telling us that they had to lay teachers off, could not hire TAs. There were so many things they could not do with that budget. Brian steps into that budget, gives the teachers one of the largest raises that they've had in a long time, goes to a 30-step program in there, hires 48 TAs, gives the certified people more money. We're able to move, I forget how many millions of dollars, almost $4 million into 177. All I've heard from the people that have talked to me is, why was that not ever done before? Why the year before, when they were laying teachers off and not doing the things that needed to be done, and blaming you all, the commission, because you didn't fund them? Why was that going off? And everything that Brian did, he did it with the exact number of pennies that they had for the last 2 years. And yet all we ever heard about was how the county, the commission, the mayor wouldn't fund us, so we're having to do all of this, can't do this, can't do that. Not only are we doing it, we're doing more than we've ever been able to do before for our teachers and our kids. And Brian has never at one point looked at me and said, boy, I wished I had more money for doing this. I wished, or any of our staff has said one thing about this. When we've been, and I've talked to the teachers, and I was with a lot of teachers this morning and talked to them at one of the schools, and I've not had one of them. This idea that everybody's coming in and saying this doesn't need to happen, that may be that's just the circle you're running in, but to me, this is absolutely something that when our employees do something like this, whether it's our finance director or any other employee, that's able to come in and do with the budget what he's been able to do for our teachers or for anyone else. And to think that I can't vote, I'm going to vote no against this, I'm not going to support this, I'm just going to tell you that I don't understand that. That's not the way that I treat my employees. That's not the way I would treat any of the employees in this county when they step up and do what he did, and then to say I've got all these people against it, so I'm voting no. That's not the way you treat your employees. So I just want to say that. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Commissioner Carver, you're recognized for the first time on the resolution to adopt.
Well, I've got to say, the mayor kind of covered some of the questions and things I was going to ask, but the way you were able to get that money, use it appropriately, and get more staff on, it's just a fantastic thing. Thank you very much. How long time did you take? 6 months? 7. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner King, you recognized.
I agree totally with the mayor and everything. I'd like to see if we could amend this. We paid 2 interim directors the full pay what they got. I don't know why we're not paying Brian what he should have got for the 6 months, what the CO was getting then, instead of shortening about $40,000. I'd like to amend it to $60,000.
Are you making that motion, Commissioner?
Yes.
All right, motion to amend to 60. Is there a second? Commissioner French, state your point of order.
I don't believe that's in our purview to do that. This is coming as a recommendation from the school board. The school board voted to spend their money, that much money. I'm not sure we can amend that and raise it. Now, I may be wrong, but I think that would have to go back to the school board and then come back to us again. Now, I agree with what Mr. King is saying. As a matter of fact, well, I'll save my comments for later, but that's just a point of order. I'm not sure we can tell the school how to spend their money. We gave them a budget. They came through and said, we recommend this amount. So that's my point of order.
All right, Commissioner French raises a point of order. That's my understanding as well, Commissioner. So I'm going to rule that your point of order is well taken, but if the commission disagrees, I'd suggest anybody appeal my ruling if they want to proceed with Commissioner King's motion. Does anyone wish to appeal the ruling of the chair on that?
Okay.
All right, seeing none, I'm going to rule the motion out of order at this time. Those wishing to speak next, Commissioner Cayley recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. First off, I want to agree with Commissioner Bright, Commissioner King, Mayor Mitchell, Commissioner Carver. He's got a job description. Everybody that works for the county has a job description. Pretty much everybody that works anywhere has a job description, things that are expected of them, and they get paid for it. I can guarantee you what he did for 7 months was not in his job description. The mayor didn't come in his office and say, Brian, you're going to do this, or else. He did it because it's the right thing to do. Instead of sitting up there arguing about whether or not he should be compensated for it, he should be thanked. He didn't have to do it. Now, some people said at the last meeting, well, yes, he did. He works for the county. He has an obligation to do whatever he's told to do. No. I disagree with that. He's the finance director for the Blount County government, not the school system. So I am 100% in favor of approving this because he earned it. He did the job. He should be compensated for it. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Bowers, you recognized.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'm going to go against the grain here a little bit, and go against the mayor a little bit. I've got feedback, and most of it's been negative. Most of it's been from school employees, teachers. They go above and beyond, don't get any extra pay. If we were going to do this, why did we not have a contract? If the school's going to have to pay the county to pay Brian. Nothing against Brian. I think Brian did a good job. I'll probably see Brian tomorrow. But I want to address some of the questions that are the elephants in the room. We're talking about 6 months. Last month, it said 2 months. So could somebody clarify, is it 2 months or is it 6 months?
Anyone wish to answer the commissioner's question? Go ahead, Mr. Mayor.
They came to him February. He worked it all the way through the budget, February to July to August. Yeah, I don't think that's 2 months. I think that's pretty close to 6 months.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Commissioner Bowers, you still have the floor.
Okay, well, I'm still going back to the 2 months thing. That's what I remember. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we look back at the minutes and confirm that. But let's say it's 2 months. Did you work on the school budget for 8 weeks straight, 8 hours a day, 5, 10, 15, 40 days for 2 months? And if you did that, did employees in your department have extra work to perform because you were not available? Mr. Baldwin, I'll direct that to Mr. Baldwin. I'll direct it to the chair. He can direct it to Mr. Baldwin.
Mr. Baldwin?
Mr. Chairman, Commissioner, there's no doubt this was a team sport. My name is associated with this, but I do not get all the credit, that's for sure. I can assure you it was not 2 months. I can guarantee you it was from February 14th to August 5th, if you'd like to know exactly. And it was a lot of extra hours. The mayor doesn't require me to log my hours, but that means I'm here at nights. That means I'm here on weekends.
Right. Is there any documentation to confirm that, Mr. Chairman?
Mr. Baldwin, is there any documentation?
Be against that way.
If he wasn't doing it, who was? We got the school's budget. They started on the budget in February. It was turned in July the 31st. I mean, Brian and his staff put their budget together. You all voted on it. I mean, that's, to me, that's pretty much documentation. Whenever we presented the budget to you, it was a budget that was prepared by Brian and his staff in the finance department.
So there was no
Thank you,
contract?
Mr. Mayor.
No contract, Mr. Chairman? No contract, no documentation of working this out with General County and the school system?
That's my understanding, is that there was no written contract. Is that correct, Mr. Mayor?
I think the documentation was the finished product. When we took something that had been a convoluted mess for 2 or 3 years and turned it into such a blessing to our school system and to our teachers, I think if you're wanting a documented, some kind of a document, that's a pretty good document right there, I think.
All right, thank you, Mr. Mayor. Commissioner Bowers, you still have the floor.
Well, I would just go back to what I said before. It just seems like we're doing this backwards. If we were going to pay Mr. Baldwin, which, like I said, nothing personal, like Brian, shouldn't we have done this up front instead on the back end? And I noticed the resolution's been changed from $20,000 to $21,000 so that we could bring it back this month. That's just a statement. Should General County pay Brian extra or pay the employees under him that work on General County's budget extra to pick up for the work that he did on the school's budget? Could somebody answer that?
Could you repeat your question, Commissioner?
Could somebody, did we pay him, did we not pay him for working on the school's budget? So we've paid him to be our finance director and figure out the school's budget. Did employees under him, under General County, get paid extra to pick up the extra slack that he worked on the General County's budget?
All right, I'll direct that to the mayor's table. Mr. Mayor?
I don't think anybody's been paid any extra for any of the work that they did. If the ones that were under him that were on 40 or 37 and a half hour week, if they worked over, they would have got overtime, yes. But as far as anybody getting any extra money, the only ones that got extra money was the school system by having him do their budget for them. They're the ones that's where the benefit of this and the gift that we got was getting him involved in the finance of the school system and letting him have the oversight of it.
All right, thank you, Mr. Mayor. Commissioner Bowers?
So by saying that, if it took away from his time with General County, should we not recognize and pay employees in the finance department for picking up the slack that Mr. Baldwin took his time away from doing to work on the school budget? I'm hammering this home a little bit because I've been asked this a bunch. And I'm just curious whether we did or whether we didn't. Like I said, I'm just addressing the questions in the room that are the elephants in the room that a lot of people have asked me. Like I said, no contract, no documentation. Appreciate the work Brian done on it. And are we just transferring school funds back to the general county to pay Brian the $21,000 for the 6 months, which I thought was 2 months? Are we doing that? We're using school money back to the general county to pay Brian.
Let me direct that to the,
Please, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Mayor.
I guess there's just too many elephants in the room. I didn't understand that question. What's the question, Commissioner?
I'll explain it to you again. Did the schools vote to send $21,000 to the general county so that general county can write a check out of their fund to pay Mr. Baldwin?
The school board agreed to take $21,000 from the school system, from their budget, transfer it over and actually it doesn't actually, and if you look at it, it gives me the discretion of who I decide to put it to.
Okay, I just wanted that on record. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
All right, Commissioner Bowers, you still have the floor.
Okay, just a couple statements. I said this last month. It just seems to me like we're doing this backwards and we're setting a precedent for something in the future. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Giles, you're recognized for the first time on the motion to adopt.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. A couple of issues here. The first thing I want to address is, Commissioner French, I appreciate your comments. If you go back and you look at the original resolution, it actually came from the leadership of BCS, and they are the ones proposing moving $21,000 from their fund back to general government, Blount County general government. I don't believe we have the authority that's already been discussed to increase that amount, so I agree, and I appreciate you bringing that up, and I think that's exactly correct. In terms of some of the negative feedback, I, like Commissioner Reagan, have gotten a lot of feedback, mostly emails, several face-to-face conversations, and you're right, there's a lot of emotion around this. The folks that I've had the opportunity to speak to face-to-face, when I've had conversations, I explained to them the situation in more detail that I thought they didn't have. And a third of those people, and I'll be glad to share with you how many that is, said, oh, okay, I didn't realize that. I didn't realize that was going on. I didn't realize that's the way it worked. So everybody did not come over to my side, to the side of the school board, but they then had a better understanding because they got educated on what this looked like, and some of them began to agree. The third thing with this is that upon my investigation, when this came up last week, a couple weeks ago, the first time it came through, I actually spoke with several members of the school board. I actually spoke with the gentleman whose name we've spoken to a couple times, Mr. Baldwin, this evening, and did my own investigation. And what I found out is a vast majority of the time that was spent on this thing was done after hours, during the week, and on weekends. So yes, there were some time that took place during the week, but for the most part, it took place after hours, if you will, from his normal job. Also follow up to see if it was legal to compensate somebody in this manner with their legal department, and it is. It is legal to be able to do that. So with that, my decision is that I will support this as it stands at the $21,000, and if anyone would like to have a further conversation after this, I'd be happy to elaborate as to why I'm voting to support this. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Hanna, you're recognized for the first time.
Thank you. Chris Pass, the chair of the school board, spoke on this in great detail. Brian Baldwin did not ask to be compensated for this. They felt he did a phenomenal job for the schools and for this county, and they wanted to compensate him for it. Had they had someone in place, they would have paid more. So they're still saving money. Had they had someone in that role during that time, they would have paid more money. And they get to choose we obviously vote on it as a whole, but they get to choose what they want to do, and they felt he did a phenomenal job, which he did do, and they did want to compensate him for it, and Chris will gladly meet with anyone to discuss that and why he chose to do that. So I just wanted to speak on that because Brian has never come to us or to them and said, you should pay me for this. He wanted to help them while they were looking for a new person to take that role for them, finance director, to take that role. And he did a phenomenal job, and he was able to use the money that they had. I mean, I feel like I'm just repeating what's been said, but take the money they had and make this budget work. And no one's been able to do that in a very, very long time, and it has cost the county, and it's cost the citizens. And so we should compensate him for something that he did that is not only saving the county money, but it's also giving the teachers what they deserve and doing it in a faster pace than what was going to happen. That's all I have to say.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Caldwell for the first time on the motion.
Yeah, Commissioner Hannah said some of the things that I wanted to say. This amount is actually a savings to the county. And speaking with Chris Pass and some of the other school board members, they were very pleased at the work that was done. I support this. If we were able to increase it, I would support that too. So I just want to publicly say thank you, Mr. Baldwin, for the work you've done.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner French, you're recognized for the first time on the motion.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'm glad some of the points were made earlier that I wanted to make. Mr. Giles brought some up about knowing Brian's work ethic. I know he spent some overtime, not just him, probably members of his staff. And I know the point that nowhere in this resolution is it says it's all going to Brian. It says it's going to the county. So everybody keeps saying, well, Brian's getting this and Brian's getting... I don't see anywhere where it says Brian's getting it all. The next point I'd like to make is if this position would have been filled in February when it needed to be filled, and if I'm not mistaken, I went back to check what the salary of this financial officer for the schools, and Brian, you may be able to help me out with it, but I think it's upwards of about $90,000, 94, $130,000. That's 12 months. That's $10,000 a month, all right? He spent 6 months on it, which tells me if somebody had been filling that position, they'd have been paid $60,000 to do the job that he did while he was still taking care of the county's business. So why aren't we giving him $60,000? Well, that's up to the school board to decide. So I'm good with that, the $21,000. I think it ought to be more. But folks, he saved the county $39,000 those 6 months. He saved the school $39,000. I mean, what are we even doing discussing this? I don't understand it. But he was able to do that. Save the school $39,000. So, I'm definitely in favor of this resolution. It's in their budget to pay $130,000 to a finance director. And he served as a finance director for those 6 months. So I think he deserves the $21,000. I think he deserves more. But I had one other point that I wanted to make, and I lost my train of thought. But Brian, thank you. A job well done. He found several $1 million of unused money in there. He was able to hire back employees during that time. What are we doing discussing this? Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Wells, you recognized for the first time on the motion to adopt.
Thanks, Mr. Chairman. I'll try to be quick. Not quite as quick as Commissioner Bright, but pretty quick. But I want to say that, you know, I'm more than willing and think it's appropriate to accept Blount County Schools' contribution to the county that they want to provide for services that they received, not knowing how long it was going to take, not knowing how much the investment was going to be, or what the outcome was even going to look like, quite frankly. So on the front end, it would have been very difficult to have contracted with something that you don't know. It's like grasping Jell-O 6 months ago when you didn't know what that was going to be, you know, and trying to hold on to that. We wouldn't have known. But once we got into it, I was beneficial as we got along the way and we saw the magnitude of what was happening and what could we benefit from it. It was obvious that we wanted to keep digging and go and do as much as possible as we could to benefit the school system. But the county lent its services at the request of the school system's need to say, we don't have a CFO, we don't have this service, we need some help. Can you help us? And the answer was yes. We'd be happy to lend you our services from our department to the school system. We lent those services. It happens. I'm accustomed to it happening. And whether you call it a service bureau or whatever you want to call it, of lending your institutional value to another organization for a period of time. It's not that abnormal. And for them to compensate 6 months of services at $21,000 is dirt cheap. I'll take you tomorrow, by the way, for 6 months at 21 grand. You know, so that's just easy, like you're saying. It's an easy answer. And I do like the way that it's presented here. The way that was done previously, I know created some of the controversy maybe that we're talking about today, but this is different. This is not the same as before. They are remunerating the county for the services that were provided and lent. It is at the mayor's discretion how he chooses to do this. If he chooses to share it with any of the team members, or if he wants to put it back in some other form, that's his discretion, and I'm good with that. I trust that he's done a great job financially for this county to the degree that I don't think I have to worry about where you're going to put that money. You know, so to that end, I'm way in favor of supporting this.
All right, thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Davis, for the first time on the motion to adopt.
At the end of the day, we're all just discussing whether we want to strengthen our schools or not. And we've all been fighting to strengthen our schools. And Brian Baldwin did a service to our schools that mirrored a forensic audit, and also trained the new CFO coming in to be able to get her footing, because that's important. Having the trust, the clarity and accountability between our county government and our schools, it's been something we've been searching for. I mean, ever since I've been on commission, this is my 3rd year. I'm excited that they will be compensated, and if I could increase it, I would also increase it. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Jopling, for the first time.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I do not disagree with Commissioner Bauer's point that procedurally it is a little bit odd, but I will say my perspective on this is that this payment is sort of what fixes that procedural issue, that there was no contract, but by issuing this payment, there is now a paper trail explaining who did the service, what the service was for, so on and so forth. And I haven't really heard anyone else mention this particularly, so I feel that my perspective here should be said at least, and that is that for years and years, as long as I've been on this commission, there have been transparency issues between the schools and the county, and questions have come up and all kinds of things have happened. And by having our finance director be the very one that has been so instrumental in the schools and helping with their budget and all of that, we are now intimately familiar with their books. It takes away a lot of the transparency issues, and it ushers in in my opinion, it ushers in an unprecedented era of transparency between the county and the schools. So, I think that this payment is necessary to have a paper trail, fixes the contractual issues, and I think it's ultimately been a good thing. The schools agree that, everybody seems to be in agreement that what Brian has done has been a good thing. So I will stand in support of it.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Bowers for the second time on the motion to adopt.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Hit your button. There you go.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. In answer to Commissioner French's question, why are we even having this discussion? Because that's what we're up here for, is to discuss stuff and make that $187 every 2 weeks. And with just a statement, I feel like the schools should have hired someone else. We wouldn't maybe had all these questions. Maybe not had all the uproar from school employees and teachers and all that. So maybe this is a learning opportunity we can all move forward with and learn how to do things and how not to do things. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner French for the second time.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And I hope we earn that $187. I don't know what. But my final point, I finally remembered, was not about 2 terms ago, we taxed our highway superintendent with several additional duties. I believe Development Services, Planning Commission was all put under his purview. This body voted unanimously to increase his salary because he took on that extra responsibility. And now we're denying the same thing to somebody that did the exact same thing. Final point.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Akerd for the first time on the motion to adopt.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Last month, as I prepared for the meeting, I reviewed several comments that were sent, I'm assuming to everyone, that were negative, and I came into that meeting with a negative attitude on this expenditure because of the exposure that I had to that feedback. And I can say that, boy, were the people that sent those comments to me mistaken. And I voted for it last month and am going to vote for it again this month, and appreciate the willingness to explain what was at stake that took place that corrected my poor analysis beforehand. And I just want to thank everybody that shared tonight, and let's move forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Giles for the second time on the motion to adopt.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and I will keep this brief. After doing my own checking and investigation, it came down to this for me. Do I trust Blount County School leadership and the school board to make this decision? And my answer to that is a resounding yes. And therefore, that's why I support this. They built their own business case. We don't have to build a business case in here. We just have to decide whether or not we think they're doing the right thing. And I believe that they have. And as I said earlier, I will support this. And I wanted to make sure that everybody understood that it really comes down to we entrust them and their judgment to make these types of decisions. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. Any further discussion? Are the commissioners ready for the question? All right, commissioners, if you're in favor of adopting resolution number 2511-009, you will vote yes. If you're not in favor, you'll vote no.
Mr. Chairman, there are 18 yes votes and 2 no votes.
18 yes votes, 2 no votes. The motion carries, and resolution number 2511-009 is adopted. Item E, elections, appointments, and confirmations. Madam Clerk, please read the items.
Veterans Affairs Committee, 4-year term, reappointment of Commander Frank C. Kosowski Jr., AMVETS Post 22 representative.
I have a motion to approve the Veterans Affairs Committee appointment by Commissioner Reagan, second by Commissioner Davis. Any discussion? Seeing none, if you're in favor of approving the Veterans Affairs Committee appointment, vote yes. If you're not in favor, vote no.
Mr. Chairman, there are 20 yes votes.
20 yes votes, the motion carries, and the Veterans Affairs Committee appointment is approved.
Blount County Sheriff's Office Corrections Disciplinary Review Board, 2-year term, appointments of Lieutenant Sam Hall, primary, Deputy Joey Mouse, Chris Cantrell, Captain Chuck Garner, Investigator Ashley Wilson, and Deputy Rayburn Angus.
I have a motion to approve the BCSO Corrections Disciplinary Review Board appointments by Commissioner Davis, second by Commissioner Caldwell. Any discussion? Seeing none, if you're in favor of approving those appointments, vote yes. If you're not in favor, vote no.
Mr. Chairman, there are 20 yes votes.
20 yes votes, the motion carries, and the BCSO Corrections Disciplinary Review Board appointments are approved.
Planning Commission, 4-year term, appointment of Josh Sullins.
I have a motion to approve the Planning Commission appointment by Commissioner Carver, second by Commissioner Davis. Any discussion? Seeing none, if you're in favor of the appointment, vote yes. If you're not in favor, vote no.
Mr. Chairman, there are 20 yes votes.
20 yes votes, the motion carries. The Planning Commission appointment is approved.
Resolution number 2511-001, budget increase schools, $2,625,300. Appropriate education capital funds to replace the roof at Heritage Middle School. Referred to full commission with a favorable recommendation by the Budget Committee, 5-0.
I have a motion to approve resolution number 2511-001 from Commissioner Reagan, second from Commissioner Davis. Any discussion? Seeing none, if you're in favor of adopting resolution number 2511-001, vote yes. If you're not in favor, vote no.
Mr. Chairman, there are 20 yes votes.
20 yes, the motion carries, and resolution number 2511-001 is adopted.
Resolution number 2511-002, budget increase various departments, $644,152. Reappropriate general county funds from prior year to support ongoing capital projects. Referred to full commission with a favorable recommendation by the Budget Committee, 5-0.
I have a motion to adopt resolution number 2511-002 from Commissioner Carver, second from Commissioner Giles. Any discussion? Seeing none, if you're in favor of adopting resolution number 2511-002, vote yes. If you're not in favor, vote no.
Mr. Chairman, there are 20 yes votes.
20 yes, the motion carries, and resolution number 2511-002 is adopted.
Resolution number 2511-003, budget increase schools, $464,300. Appropriate general purpose school funds due to the decrease in state funding to meet mandated occupational and physical therapy services to special education students. Referred to full commission with a favorable recommendation by the Budget Committee, 5-0.
I have a motion to adopt resolution number 2511-003 from Commissioner Akerd, second by Commissioner Webb. Any discussion? Seeing none, if you're in favor of adopting resolution number 2511-003, vote yes. If you're not in favor, vote no.
Mr. Chairman, there are 20 yes votes.
20 yes, the motion carries, and resolution number 2511-003 is adopted.
Resolution number 2511-004, budget increase schools, $336,976.78. Appropriate Tennessee State Special Education Grant Funds to provide special education and related services to preschool students with disabilities. Referred to full commission with a favorable recommendation by the Budget Committee, 5-0.
Have a motion to adopt resolution number 2511-004 from Commissioner McMahon, second from Commissioner Bowers. Any discussion? Seeing none, if you're in favor of adopting resolution number 2511-004, vote yes. If you're not in favor, vote no.
Mr. Chairman, there are 20 yes votes.
20 yes, the motion carries, and resolution number 2511-004 is adopted.
Resolution number 2511-015, budget decrease schools, $836,565.87. Decreased budget to align with the state budget for the Innovative School Model Grant. Referred to full commission with a favorable recommendation by the Budget Committee, 5-0.
Have a motion to adopt resolution number 2511-015 from Commissioner Akerd, second from Commissioner Davis. Any discussion? Seeing none, if you're in favor of adopting resolution number 2511-015, vote yes. If you're not in favor, vote no.
Mr. Chairman, there are 20 yes votes.
20 yes votes, the motion carries, and resolution number 2511-015 is adopted.
Resolution number 2511-012, resolution to authorize a $12.50 charge by the clerk of every court in Blount County having jurisdiction of state misdemeanors and felonies for the purposes authorized and set out in TCA 43-106.
I have a motion to adopt resolution number 2511-012 from Commissioner Akerd, second from Commissioner Giles. Any discussion? Seeing none, if you're in favor of adopting resolution number 2511-012, vote yes. If you're not in favor, vote no.
Mr. Chairman, there are 20 yes votes.
20 yes votes, the motion carries, and resolution number 2511-012 is adopted.
Resolution number 2511-016, a resolution that approves Blount County Human Resources Department agreements that extend beyond the end of the fiscal year term.
I have a motion to adopt resolution number 2511-016 from Commissioner Davis, second from Commissioner Giles. Any discussion? Seeing none, if you're in favor of adopting resolution number 2511-016, vote yes. If you're not in favor, vote no.
Mr. Chairman, there are 20 yes votes.
20 yes, the motion carries, and resolution number 2511-016 is adopted.
Resolution number 2511-017, a resolution of the Blount County Commission to support the designation of the Army National Guard Armory located on U.S. Highway 321 in Maryville, Tennessee as the William O. Gregory Army National Guard Armory.
I have a motion to adopt resolution number 2511-017 from Commissioner Bright, second by Commissioner Akerd. Any discussion? Commissioner Bright, you're recognized for the first time.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I have an amendment. Anywhere in the resolution where the name William O. Gregory appears, prior to that, it should have the letter CSM for Commanding Sergeant Major. This was just inadvertently left out when this came to us from the Veterans Affairs Office. So we need to amend it to put CSM everywhere that his name appears in the resolution.
All right, any objection to the amendment to add CSM to the name William O. Gregory everywhere it appears? Hearing none, the amendment is adopted by unanimous consent. We're back on the motion to adopt. Any discussion? All right, the resolution being so amended, we are taking a vote. If you're in favor of adopting resolution number 2511-017 as amended, vote yes. If you're not in favor, vote no.
Mr. Chairman, there are 20 yes votes.
20 yes votes. The motion carries, and resolution number 2511-017 is adopted.
Resolution number 2511-018, a resolution to add members to the Blount 250 Committee.
Have a motion to adopt resolution number 2511-018 from Commissioner Davis, second from Commissioner Hanna. Any discussion? Seeing none, if you're in favor of adopting resolution number 2511-018, vote yes. If you're not in favor, vote no.
Mr. Chairman, there are 20 yes votes.
20 yes, the motion carries, and resolution number 2511-018 is adopted.
Resolution number 2511-019, a resolution of the Blount County Commission urging review and corrective action regarding the Blount County Fire Protection District.
Have a motion to adopt resolution number 2511-019 from Commissioner Bowers, second from Commissioner Bright. Any discussion? Seeing none, if you're in favor of adopting resolution number 2511-019, vote yes. If you're not in favor, vote no.
Mr. Chairman, there are 20 yes votes.
20 yes votes, the motion carries, and resolution number 2511-019 is adopted.
Item 11, setting of a zoning public hearing to amend Section 7.20C of the zoning regulations specific to the open space requirement of cluster developments.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. The chair will stand for a motion to set that public hearing for January 8th at 5:30 p.m. Chair has a motion to do so from Commissioner Davis, second from Commissioner Carver. Any discussion? Seeing none, if you're in favor of setting that zoning public hearing for January 8th at 5:30 p.m., vote yes. If you're not in favor, vote no.
Mr. Chairman, there are 20 yes votes.
20 yes votes, the motion carries, and that zoning public hearing is set for January 8th at 5:30 p.m. Item H, announcements and statements. I have several announcements here to read from the chair. The Animal Center Advisory Board rescheduled its meeting for Tuesday, November 25th, to Tuesday, December 16th at 6 p.m. at the Blount County Animal Center. Blount County government offices will be closed for the Thanksgiving holiday next Thursday, November 27th, and Friday, November 28th. The Planning Commission will meet Monday, December 1st at 5:30 p.m., followed by the Board of Zoning Appeals at 6 p.m. at the Blount County Courthouse in Commission Meeting Room 430. The Education Committee will meet Tuesday, December 2nd at 12:30 p.m. at Rockford Elementary School. The agenda items deadline for drafted resolutions is noon on Thursday, December 4th. The Budget Committee will meet Thursday, December 11th at 5 p.m., followed by a workshop committee meeting at 6 p.m. at the Blount County Courthouse in Commission Meeting Room 430. Does anyone else have any other announcements or statements? Commissioner Reagan, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This has nothing to do with government. This has nothing to do with this meeting. This has something to do with my school. On December the 11th, our 7th graders are getting to play the game of life. Commissioner Giles has done this before. Madam Clerk has done this before. If anybody is interested in playing the game of life with our 7th graders, let me know. I will send you an email and remind you. But it's a lot of fun. Ask Madam Clerk. She is regretting that she can't come this year, but I told her, I said, next year, you won't have anything to do. Thank you all very much.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner French, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I didn't hear it, but did you mention that December, when Gay, is it the 4th, is hometown Christmas?
Oh, yeah.
December 4th is hometown Christmas, and, you know, we get together and pass out candy to all the kids that come to the courthouse, and, of course, Santa Claus will be there to greet all of us, too. But I just wanted to put that in the back of everybody's mind.
Thank you, Commissioner.
We will send an email reminder also about that so that we can confirm that date. I'm pretty sure it is December 4th. Okay.
All right, December 4th at 6 o'clock. Any other announcements or statements?
Yes.
All right, we'll move on to item I, public input on items not on the agenda. Does anyone from the public wish to speak to us on an item not on the agenda? If so, please raise your hand at this time. All right, I don't see anybody, so we'll move on to item J, adjournment. Commissioner Hanna, you recognized?
I just want to commend the Blount County Fire Protection, all of you, for coming together and being brave and bringing this to us, but also just being willing to continue to support our county the way you are, even with all the uncertainty. So I just wanted to commend you all for being here tonight. Thank you for all that you do. I appreciate it.
All right, thank you everyone for being here. I wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving next week, and with that, the chair will stand for motion to adjourn. Without objection, we're adjourned.